Hello. Well, it's week 37 and it's Sunday the 21st of August. Now, what happened this week? Well, again, I love what has been happening for the last couple of weeks. It's been quite a roller coaster ride. The first thing that happened was basically we got back from Johannesburg. I went out to do my weekly coaching, which I absolutely love. And on the way back, I mean, it's just, I can't explain this coaching. I just absolutely love it. There's so much energy. You can see the light bulbs coming on for people. It's a dream come true for me. And on the way back, I got a call from a client who I've been working on for a year, and they said to me they want to buy 120 sets of the Tony Robbins product. And I just thought to myself, this is just absolutely amazing. He said 120 sets, and they basically get it approved at the shareholders meeting on Thursday. I came back and I thought to myself, I'm actually going to take a break. I'm going to go for a surf. You can see my surf ski here. I actually went out on my surfboard, and I literally went out and I just thought to myself, I'm just going to take a chill pill. And I was out there on my stand-up board, which if you haven't seen, you're standing up, and I was literally in the ocean, a beautiful day, waves breaking, magnificent view. And I just thought to myself, why am I so lucky? Why is it coming so easy now in comparison with how hard I've worked in the past without getting the results? And I thought to myself, I was trying to work it out, and I was trying to think to myself, and I thought to myself, I think it's just like what Hannes talks about in terms of the mental challenge, where he says, it's like planting a seed. And just like when they talk about bamboo, where you've literally got to plant that seed, and what most people do is they're constantly trying to dig the seed up and see how it's going. And if you do that, the seed's going to constantly die. But you've got to nourish that plant. You've got to grow that plant, and then it'll break through, the ground. And that's why I chose here to have the bushes behind me. It'll break through, and then it starts to grow. And just like an oak tree, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger as it grows up. It's got to be able to be flexible to allow for the storms of life and the challenges that come. But my saying, rather than worry about the storm, learn to dance in the rain. And I believe while I was sitting there on my board, I thought to myself, and I thought, that is it. I've put in the hard yards, I've put in the work and the effort, and now I'm starting to reap the rewards. I'm starting to get that momentum. And with that momentum, you're starting to see greater and greater results without necessarily having to put in the number of hours. It's not about the number of hours. It's about how much smarter you can work so that you can get those results. So that was really just the thought that went through my head. I know I've still got a hell of a long way to go in terms of where I want to get to, but it's nice to see the momentum going in the right direction. The second thing was, I went, and Brendan and I from Wealth Creators University are starting to look at doing a lot of work, a lot of collaboration. What I do has a great synergy with what he does in terms of the sales and marketing, and then on his side with regards to the internet. And we looked at different proposals of different types of clients that we could go to. We could provide a joint solution, and by doing that we could get a lot more synergy. I've got relationships, he's got relationships, and 1 + 1 could certainly equal 3. We had a couple of meetings as to how we could do it. I put some proposals together, and I sent them through to 4 of the top clients, those Dream 100 clients that we teach. I sent them through, and in a collaborative environment, so we'll see how that goes with regards to the results and really the type of clients that we both want to be dealing with. The third thing, on a negative note, unfortunately with business, I chose to go into business with friends up front, and a lot of people warned us, but we were like, no, we can do it different. Well, we didn't do it different. It all ended in disaster. The business ultimately had to get closed and liquidated. I lost a best friend through it. We ended up paying that best friend over 900,000 Rand in cash. I've apologized publicly, but yet no matter what I do, have I been able to find a solution. And the challenge is there's now been repercussions. That same friend has now started to defriend other friends within our group. So it becomes a very, very messy process. It's very unfortunate. And it is one of the things I warn you, if you want to follow your dream, you need to be put up with the challenges that come with business as well, because it will be something that you will have to deal with, I believe. Because, at the end of the day, if you're willing to take risks and put yourself out there, that you are going to make mistakes, and there will be problems. And I certainly have made mistakes, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to be forgiven for these mistakes by this ex-friend of mine, and it's having huge repercussions amongst me and my wider group of friends, basically. But that's where I come back to my gladiator code. It's why I read that poem on a regular basis, because most people just want to sit in the stadium of life. They want to watch life happening to them. And really, I believe that few of us are gladiators. We're willing to go out there in the ring, and some will die and some will lose, but others will experience magnificent victories. But you'll never know unless you're in the arena. And so I pat myself on the back for being in the arena, and I have one philosophy in life. I always believe that as long as I tried my best, as long as I could sit with someone and use the reasonability test, show them what happened, show them how I dealt with the circumstances, show them what I did, and then ask them, what would you do based on those circumstances? And I believe that as long as I tried my best and I can pass the reasonability test, then I can continue to go on, I continue to strive, and I mustn't have too many regrets or any regrets about the decisions or the mistakes that I made in the past. The fourth thing for me is testimonials. Now, I know that it's so awesome in business to get testimonials from other people, but what about giving testimonials? What about when you have fantastic service? I spoke about the problems that my brother and I were having with that tenant. Well, our management and agent went above and beyond. The body corporate guy, the guy who's actually on site looking after the development, he stuck by us. 4 cops arrived, and yet we went to the tribunal, we went to arbitration. Our management agent, David Beattie from Chorus, went well beyond his call of duty, and yet he did it. And before that, I want to applaud him. I want to tell the world about what he's done. And you know that, believe it or not, we actually won the arbitration, and that tenant was evicted from our property. My brother went yesterday with a bottle of whiskey and gave it to the guy on site who stood steadfast and would not switch back on the electricity and water, because it was adamant that we were going to win this case. And you know, we only did it because they were good people, and they need to be reflected and spoken about. Another one, Stodels. It's a nursery place. Again, you'll see in my garden here, there's a little fence. You probably can't see it in the shadows there. I put the wrong type of fencing in. The body corporate complained, and 4 months later, I took that fencing back. They replaced it at no cost and put in wire gates, and all I had to do was pay the difference. 4 months later, ladies and gentlemen, that is customer service. That is customer service that you remember, that you rave about. Stodels. If you're in Cape Town, I don't know if they're nationally based, please go to them, please use them. I am a raving fan. Chorus Realty, Chorus Letting, they are the guys to use if you want to use management in Cape Town, because they go above and beyond. I'm a big believer when it comes to companies. It's not how they act when it's going well, it's how they act when it's going badly that defines them. So for me, both Stodels and Chorus Letting, they are the guys that you should be, going out and working with, because they are fantastic. And then lastly, I'm an absolute passionate rugby fan. I'm a passionate Springbok supporter. I happen to have my cricket top on today. And they had that Shawshaloza competition for Vodacom. I'm determined to go to the World Cup. My power goal is to go to the World Cup. And so I got myself dressed in my Zulu outfit. I made a movie about how pictures of me in 95, pictures of me in 99, pictures of me in 2003, pictures of me in 2007, and then pictures of me in 2011, and said, will I be there? I sang Shawshaloza. I gave it my full effort. And for me, it's all about marketing, it's all about support, it's all about a bit of fun on a competition, but also about a power goal. I want to go to New Zealand, I want to take my wife, and I want to go and see it. And whether or not I can afford it at the moment, well, that's a debate. So hopefully I can win this competition. But what a fantastic advert by Vodacom in terms of getting people involved, in terms of getting sentiment, getting emotion. What could you do for your clients, for your customers? How could you instill emotion and get competitions going? Because that is what will make a massive difference to your business. So that's all from me for this week. Till next week, have a fantastic one. Cheers.